Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Hello friends. Good evening. Hope you all are having a beautiful day today. Glad to meet you all again with another meditation occasion session here. Today we are going to talk about happiness. Happy for no reason. So always we think we need a reason to be happy. The most important thing is the Buddha, enlightened people, taught us how to be happy without a reason. So usually people know how to be happy with the reason. The enlightened ones know how to be happy with no reason. So for enlightened ones, being happy with the reason is a miracle. For unenlightened people, being happy with no reason is a miracle. As we experience in our day-to-day life, we have a lot of things to be happy. There is a section in Buddhism we call Theravada and Therigata. Enlightened monks and nuns, they express their happiness through words. A lot of monks, a lot of nuns, they express their happiness through words. Some of enlightened monks express their happiness like this. When I was sitting in a riverbank, I saw dark clouds moving in the sky. The same time, bunch of birds were flying in the sky. And beautiful water was in front of me. I felt when the wind nobody dance.
Just giving the joy.
I hope somebody dance, but nobody. I felt when the wind blows, how it touch my skin. At the moment, I felt enormous happiness. This is how one of enlightened monk express his happiness. There are a lot of statement how they express their happiness. One more example. A monk was walking in a garden back and forth. He was expressing, I feel wonderful, I feel wonderful, I feel wonderful. While he was walking back and forth in the garden, I feel wonderful, I feel wonderful. So some of other monks thought he was crazy. Then bunch of monks went to the Buddha and told the Buddha, a monk was walking in the garden, always he was expressing, I feel wonderful, I feel wonderful, I feel wonderful. We think he is crazy. Then Buddha called the monk and asked whether it is true or not from the monk who was walking back and forth in the garden. I say this is kind of the beautiful thing. That always the Buddha asks the person whether it is true or not. this is beautiful, just because in the society we don't see often the people ask somebody else whether it is true or not. The most of the time people accept, or you did, right? That decision, conclusion, the people become, you did. But this is the wonderful. Always Buddha asks the person, are you responsible for this? Is this true? Then that monk answered the Buddha, yes, I did. Because the other monks thought the monk who was walking in the garden back and forth, he used to be a king. Then other monks thought he used to be a king, and now, then later he became a monk, and now he is wandering again to be a king. That's why he is murmuring, he is expressing such things. I feel wonderful. Then the monk answered the Buddha, yes, I was doing that because I felt enormous freedom in my heart, in my mind. I felt enormous freedom. Then that monk explained more, further. I used to be a king. I experienced a lot of troubles being a king. I didn't enjoy my life being a king. I had to solve so many problems in the society. Sometimes I had to punish people because they did kind of wrong, bad things. And you all know about the law in history under a king. Sometimes, they also have kind of the feelings, somebody did something wrong and the king ordered to punish him. They also feel kind of this is something unnecessary involvement. Why I am doing this? Because the people are unhappy, people are suffering, people are expressing their pain. So this is unnecessary involvement. I read somewhere one of kings, he didn't want to kill anybody even though somebody did something wrong. Instead of killing somebody, he pretended. He found a dead body and thousands of people in front those time thousands of people were looking at how to give those punishments. Those days, kind of the things like that. Then that monk expressed his the wonderful feelings. The being a monk, he experienced so much freedom in his life. So when the monk compare two lives, so being a king and being a monk, so then he felt enormous happiness inside him, because the mind is the free, no conflicts, no guiltiness. So he felt so much freedom. So that freedom he was expressing, saying loudly, walking back and forth in the garden. And you can do the same thing and walking in the garden, and you can express the feelings. I feel free, I feel free, I feel free. Then sometime your children, your wife and husband may ask you, are you crazy? Then you have to explain. You have to explain exactly like that. The most important understanding here, it doesn't associate any conditions for your happiness. It doesn't associate any conditions. But the thing is, we have been taught how to be happy with reasons. Very few people going to be happy like that. They're looking at the sky, clouds, and bunch of birds are flying in the sky, and the wind. I guess very few people, and a lot of people are happy when they got a big surprise on his or her birthday, a car, a sport car or something like that. It associates conditions. But same feelings, the same happiness exist with no conditions. That's what we need to experience through our practice, through our meditation. The Buddha gave a lot of devices to experience such a happiness in our lives. So, the being kind, being more patience, tolerance, forgiveness, more lot. When we practice those things in our day-to-day life, we can experience the same happiness and more freedom. More freedom in our lives, and we experience more freedom wherever we go. We carry that much happiness with us, and you heal your body and mind same time. You help others to heal their body and minds. It is such the wonderful things, because the all reasons can be disappeared. All reasons can disappear anytime. So the moment they disappeared, the people get upset, people experience frustration, and people don't like their lives anymore. Sometimes they spread hatred, around, because of that disappointment. But knowing the reality of conditioned things, we can live enormous happy life. We always accept things. This should be like this should be like that, and we create our own conditions. Shouldn't be snowing tomorrow, and the bright sunshine tomorrow morning, and we create always conditions. And my friend should be like this, my husband should be like this, my wife should be like this, my children should be like this, my parents should be like this. And we create thousands of conditions around us, and we just forget. The one moment those conditions can be changed, that moment it creates a lot of unhappiness, disappointment, stress, troubles in our lives. So realizing all these, the wonderful facts around us, your life is going to be so much blissful one, and you create your heaven here, and you don't want to be waiting. There are a lot of possibilities. If you are a Buddhist, you have 6 heavens and 16 Brahma worlds. That sometimes friends ask, what are those Brahma worlds? We know heaven, right? And 6 heavens and the 16 Brahma worlds. The Brahma worlds is, we meditate. When we meditate in our day-to-day life, our mind is becoming so much calm, relaxed, clarity. We experience those qualities when we practice our meditation in our day-to-day life. There are 8 states of mind. I am explaining this very briefly. So, the 8 states of mind, if somebody is passing away in that particular state of meditation, he is going to be in Brahma world, because that condition of mind associate the particular place. As example, that I was born as a human because the moment my mind and other conditions associate this location, something like that. So, being a Buddhist, you have 6 heavens and 16 Brahma worlds. If you meditate more and more, 16 Brahma worlds, and more opportunities, more positive opportunities, and 4 hells, just less. And the 16 Brahma worlds and 6 heavens, 22, right? 22, and then human world, 23. 23 positive worlds and so much joy, and just 4 hells.
So, Bhante, is Brahma word like a jhana?
Jhana.
Ah, okay.
Yes, absorptions.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding that word. So if you are Christian, then you have the heaven. And if you are a Muslim, even you have heaven. You know, there are a lot of possibilities we have. You know, we are having such a wonderful realm with lot of opportunities here and now. Yeah, that's a wonderful thing we experience. You know, nothing to worry about. So happiness for no reason, happiness for no reason grows in silent mind. The moment when you are free from your all thoughts, see your mind, just remain happiness there. Nothing else. You know the ultimate purpose of life. Happiness. And we ask ourselves, are we following the right path for happiness? You know, it is kind of research, our own research. It is good to do that. It really needs to do such kind of research in our life. If something brings to your life the more happiness, more peace, more wisdom, more understanding, less worries, less guiltiness, less fear. You know, that's your path. That's your path of happiness. It is not much the complicated thing, I guess. The finding one's true happiness. Then what kind of thing brings unhappiness into my life? What is the source of unhappiness? That's what important. What is the source of unhappiness? That is most important thing to realize. Thanks for listening. Please, your wonderful comments and experience and questions and stories and so forth, and you smiled.
You've got the 6 heavens, and you've got 16
Brahma worlds.
Brahma world.
Brahma worlds.
All of them together 31 worlds.
What's funny?
You know,
All right.
Don't want to go there.
Jerry can amuse himself because he has a joke in his mind. Every time.
Jerry, share it.
So, the jhanas are so interesting, and the Buddha left us the formula and the pathway that we can achieve these blissful states. But on this everyday waking state, when I'm teaching in Tai Chi, and I always say busy, busy beta mind, busy beta mind. So measuring 14 hertz, 14, the vibration. So you cannot find any happiness here. It's too busy. But when you sit and you meditate, oh, alpha, right? Alpha 7, not too much. And then theta 3, softer, softer. And so all we have to do is get the person to experience their mind, not so busy. What a beautiful mind. They use the wrong equipment for happiness. Happiness is, you can't get happiness from beta. But it's just like simple way of explaining. But direct experience is much better than any explanation.
of course, yeah.
But in regular life, if you are in the moment present, you can be happy.
Yes.
But you can't be there if you've got any thoughts floating through your mind.
Darn old beta.
Wasn't it replaced by video? I'm just...
VHS, yeah.
Somebody had to say it.
Yeah, it was.
Let's erase the tape, right?
Yes. There was a book called The Happiness Project, and lots of psychology, they do research. And many years ago, now 3, my girlfriend, she was not happy, so she bought that book. And the book basically says, find 5 things that you're very, very good at, and do them a lot. And when you do what you're very good at, it brings a lot of joy to you. And stop doing things that you're not good at, because you criticize yourself, set yourself up for failure. And so I noticed a big change in her. And, you know, as long as she was doing it, she was happier. But then she still got mad at her husband. So So we can try many things.
The right now, so the moment now, we don't have any conflicts, any troubles in our minds. So right now you don't want to work, or you don't want to pay bills. And the moment now is the so much the free. And we all should enjoy that the moment now, that the freedom. Freedom of now. And most of our thoughts sometimes unnecessary. So as example, if people are not meditating 1 hour, during that time thinking of something, right? And like that. And unnecessary thinking. Thank you for your questions, comments.